As a Shopify e-commerce store owner, you probably pay so much taxes that you lost count. And maybe you wonder at times, what could possibly happen if I refuse to pay? Would the heavens come crashing down? The answer is no. The heavens will not come crashing down, but several other things will crash down on you. In today's video, we'll describe what happens when you do not remit your sales tax for your e-commerce business. Stick around. I'm sure you'll be able to decide if non-payment of the taxes is something you would like to do or not after this video. Now, when it comes to e-commerce, sales tax obligation can be a bit complex. Online businesses must be aware of the rules and regulations surrounding sales tax and all the various stages as they vary from one jurisdiction to another. Your sales tax obligations are determined by where your customers are located, not necessarily where your business is based. So even if you operate your Shopify store from your living room, from your closet, you may still have to collect and remit sales tax for customers in other states. Consequences of not remitting sales tax. Failure to comply with sales tax regulations most times come with severe consequences that go beyond financial implications. There are legal implications, accumulation of debts, damage to business reputations, and lots of other issues. Let's dig a little deeper here. Legal implications. When you neglect to remit sales tax, you essentially violate tax laws and regulations established by the relevant tax authorities. The consequences of such actions can be significant and may result in legal proceedings against your business. Let's explore the potential legal implications. Audit and investigations. Tax agencies have the authority to conduct audits and investigations to ensure compliance with tax laws. If your business fails to remit sales tax, you become susceptible to such scrutiny. Audits can be time-consuming, disruptive, and may involve extensive documentation requests, interviews, and examination of your financial records. The stress and resources required to handle these audits can be overwhelming. Potential penalties and fines. Apart from the legal implications, not remitting sales tax exposes your business to various penalties and fines imposed by these state tax authorities. The severity of these penalties vary depending on factors such as the amount of tax owed, the duration of non-compliance, and the jurisdictions in which your business operates. Here are some potential penalties. Tax authorities may impose monetary penalties based on the percentage of the outstanding tax amount. These penalties can quickly accumulate, leading to a substantial financial burden on your business. Interest and late payment fees. In addition to penalties, interest and late payment fees are typically levied on unpaid sales tax. These charges can significantly increase the amount owed over time, compounding your financial obligations. You wouldn't want to pay triple of what you're originally supposed to pay, right? For example, in New York City, failure to file or failure to timely file a return with no tax due would bring about a $50 penalty. Also, if you file a tax return late by 60 days or more, you'll be mandated to pay 10% of the tax due for the first month plus 1% for each additional month or part of a month, not to exceed 30% of the tax due. However, this penalty cannot be less than $50. In California, for example, the California Franchise Tax Board imposes a penalty if you do not pay the total amount due shown on your tax return by the original due date. The penalty is 5% of the unpaid tax plus 0.5% of the unpaid tax for each month or part of a month and remains unpaid thereafter. Moving on, other kinds of consequences that come with it are damages to business reputation. You might not know, but non-compliance with tax obligations can tarnish your business reputation, eroding the trust and loyalty of your customers. Negative publicity resulting from non-remittance of sales tax can cause a loss of confidence in your brand and lead to customers seeking alternatives. And I tell you, it takes crazy efforts and time to rebuild a damaged reputation. It might even be impossible sometimes. Lastly, and this is important, there is the potential for tax liens and seizures of assets. Persistent failure to remit sales tax can lead to tax authorities placing liens on your business or even seizing your assets to recover the outstanding tax amounts. Such measures can cripple your operation and hinder your ability to continue doing business. Next topic I want to talk to you guys about is the tax amnesty programs and voluntary disclosure. There is no way I'll proceed in this video while managing and mentioning tax amnesty programs. Okay, I know what you're thinking. What does that even mean? Well, in plain English, tax amnesty programs are initiatives introduced by governments to encourage taxpayers to come forward and voluntarily disclose any unreported income or assets. The idea behind this program is to provide a fresh start, allowing taxpayers to rectify their tax situations without facing severe penalties or legal consequences. It's like hitting a reset button on your tax liabilities, just like that. One of the main benefits of tax amnesty programs is the opportunity for taxpayers to come clean while facing these hefty fines and penalties that usually comes with for long periods of non-payment. These programs often offer neither reduce or waive penalties, which can be a huge relief for those who may have made unintentional mistakes or failed to report certain incomes. It's your chance to make things right and get back on track with your tax obligation. So don't worry out there, fellas. It's not all lost if you're watching this video and you're months and months behind on your sales tax obligations. If you talk to a tax professional, they can work with you and work with these tax amnesty programs with the state authorities. Don't worry, get help. Hey guys, I hope you all been enjoying this video so far. I think this is a good time to let you all know if you want more powerful professional content to help you save on taxes and compliance headaches, please, for the love of Uncle Sam, press that like button and subscribe to this channel while you're at it. We promise to read all relevant comments and give you the answer you need to succeed. We here at Free Cash Flow Agency, thank you for your support. Now, back to your regular program. Let's talk a little more in depth about voluntary disclosure. This is when taxpayers proactively approach tax authorities to disclose their unreported income or assets before being caught or investigated. It is a proactive approach that shows a willingness to cooperate and rectify any mistakes. Voluntary disclosure is often encouraged when in tax amnesty programs, as it helps taxpayers avoid more severe consequences down the road. To give you a real-world example, let's take a look at a small business owner named Sarah. Now, Sarah recently discovered that she has failed to report some cash transactions in her business. Feeling stressed and worried about the potential penalties, she decided to take advantage of a tax amnesty program in her state. By voluntarily disclosing the unreported income and cooperating with tax authorities, Sarah was able to avoid those substantial penalties, get those waived, and resolve her tax issues going forward. In another case study, a multinational corporation inadvertently failed to report incomes from overseas operations. Rather than waiting for an audit or investigation, the company voluntarily approached the tax authorities and disclosed the oversight. Thanks to the tax forgiveness program, the company was able to rectify the situation, avoid legal trouble, and maintain a positive relationship with the tax authorities going forward. So as you can see, tax amnesty programs and voluntary disclosures can be real game changers when it comes to resolving tax issues, and it's definitely worth exploring if you're in that kind of situation. Steps to remedy any kind of tax sticky situations. Allowing panic to take hold of you due to an outstanding sales tax liability is the wrong way to go. It can lead you to make even more mistakes down the line. I have 3 crucial steps I would like you to take when such a panic situation happens. It will help you learn to assess the situation, starting with assessing the outstanding sales tax liability, followed by communicating with tax authorities, and finally, establishing a payment plan while seeking professional help. First, let's talk about assessing the outstanding tax liability. Thoroughly reviewing your sales tax records, ensuring they align with the tax authority's assessment. Double check your calculations, invoices, and sales reports to identify any errors. This allows you to understand the extent of the liability and whether it's accurate or potentially inflated. Open communication is key with tax authorities essentially to resolve outstanding sales tax liability. This step 2 makes it so that you just have to contact the relevant department and initiate a friendly conversation about the issue at hand. Be honest and transparent. Explain your perspective, any potential errors you already identified, and your willingness to cooperate and resolve the matters with them. Establishing this line of communication demonstrates your commitment to finding a solution and will always lead to a more favorable outcome with the state. Because they know you're not a criminal, you're not trying to run away with these sales tax issues, you want to work with them. Lastly, step 3, many tax authorities offer flexible payment plans tailored to your financial situation. Negotiate a feasible payment arrangement and you will have much less of a headache knowing your cash flow is not all going out the door all at once. Now, how to prevent future issues. Preventing future issues for your business isn't easy, but it isn't something that can't be done. Start off by implementing an effective sales tax management system. This means having a streamlined process in place to handle all the complexities of tax compliances. You want to avoid those dreaded audits, hefty penalties, and unhappy customers, don't you? A good sales tax management system ensures that you stay on top of your tax obligations, keep accurate records, and reduce the risk of errors or oversights. But hey, managing sales tax manually can be a real pain, right? That's where automated tax calculation tools come to the rescue. These tools integrate with your existing systems, like your e-commerce platform or point-of-sale software, and handle all the number crunching for you. They can accurately calculate tax based on location, product type, and any special tax rules or exemptions. Not only does it save you time and effort, but also minimize the chance of mistakes, ensure you charge the right amount of tax every single time. Now, while automated tools are fantastic, there's no substitute for good human expertise. Engaging with tax professional or services can be the best for your business, but make sure they are the type that understand your business model. These tax gurus are up to date with the ever-changing tax laws and regulations, so you don't have to be. They can provide valuable advice, help you navigate complex tax situations, and even represent you in case of audits or disputes. Their expertise can save you from headaches, keep your business compliant, and maximize your tax savings. If you're ever in need of a good tax professional to handle your tax for you, always remember that you can reach out to us anytime to get amazing sales tax services. We'll find a link in the description if that's something you're looking for. Otherwise, I hope you got a lot of great information out of this video and you understand what are the implications if you do decide to skip out on your taxes. But don't worry if you are one of them right now out there who are months or even years behind your sales tax obligations. There are solutions out there. Make sure to hurry up and reach out. Find a tax professional that understands your situation and seek help today so you can start eliminating or reducing those penalties and sleep easy at night. For now, Alan's out, but if you'd like to see related videos on your screen, you just subscribe to my channel and smash that thumb up button. I hope to see you next time. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. See you later. Alan out.